Harbaugh now heads to the Los Angeles Chargers.
He wins everywhere. He wins, period.
Justin Herbert, he's a crown jewel.
Well, you guys better enjoy this.
Quick snap, Herbert to throw. Has a man, touchdown!
The fans loved it.
You have to love what you're seeing on tape if you're a Chargers fan, especially for the future with Justin.
Herbert on the move and throws and touchdown.
I was just trying to show off.
We're going to be known as world champions. And we're going to do it or die trying. Don't let the powder blues fool you.
Who's got it better than that?
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Charger Chat Friday edition. I'm your co-host, Wool Dog, sitting with my buddy, Kev Huggin Duggan.
Rise and shine, bitches. Let's do this.
That's right. Let's not forget Kyle the Coach Duggan.
Boys, we're the best defense in the NFL right now. How does that
100%.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
I don't know. Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
All right, folks. Well, we've got lots to talk about, including the best defense in the NFL. We've got a Craig experience lined up for you as well. So let's waste no time. Start at the top. Start with some tweets like Eric Smith reminding the world that the Chargers defense currently ranks first in EPA play, first in total points allowed, first in success rate allowed, first in opponents' red zone plays, first in PFF defensive grade, and second in PFF coverage grade. But hey, a lot of firsts.
Clean sweep. Shit.
Dude, this defense.
That's crazy. The EPA, the defensive EPA, when they listed them out, we had 40.85. The second closest team, the Vikings, 28.9.
And
We're
for
so
those
good.
that don't know,
Where were the
EPA
Two.
Is that the expected points added? Is
Yeah.
that the EPA?
Yeah, at the weird, there's some calculus involved and some zeros and ones and yeah.
Let me get my calculator.
Yeah.
40.85.
So the way I look at it is like we have a higher number than the Chiefs. So we're winning.
Way higher.
Higher number than the Chiefs, higher number than the Steelers. Coming up here.
Yeah.
They're just around the corner. And that's what everybody is talking about now is that you've got two 2-0 teams, two of the best defenses in the NFL right now, about to clash this Sunday morning. Can't wait.
It's going to be weird.
I'm listening to all these analysts, and they're like, yeah, like the Steelers are for real, but the Chargers are pretenders. Like, based on what? What do the Steelers have that we don't have? Like, our defense in most categories is better. Our running game is better. And our quarterback is about a gajillion times better.
Yeah.
In what way are they real and we're fake? I think it just comes back to the Steelers having 6 rings and a franchise that's been good for a long time.
Expectations. These are fun little stats when you put our team side by side. So the Chargers have 3 passing touchdowns. The Steelers have 1 passing touchdown.
Okay.
The Chargers have 2 rushing touchdowns. The Steelers have 0 rushing touchdowns.
They have 1 offensive touchdown so far.
And then they have 8 field goals, and we have 5 field goals. So our offense is humming way better than what they're doing.
In comparison.
And granted, we played the Panthers last week, but they played the Broncos, and they're
they played the Broncos, and the Broncos did absolutely nothing. And they played the Falcons week 1. Kirk Cousins, old man, nothing was firing yet. His hips were still sore from the last year. Like, I don't understand the comparison. Like, I know they're a good team. I'm not saying they're a bad team.
No.
But if you're going to say that they're for reals, how do you not say that we're for reals then too?
It's just weird. Yeah.
We're for reals, okay?
Yeah.
Stop saying we're not for reals.
Because we are for reals.
I'm a
We're going to
real
show you
boy.
how for reals we are.
We're the Pinocchio of
I'm
the
a real
NFL,
boy.
all right? We're real.
We're real boys.
Yeah, it is hilarious as a Charger fan to see this team go from like one of the worst defenses in the last 2 to 3 years.
We were bottom 5 to 1 by a huge
category.
margin.
Yeah. To now all of a sudden being front runners in ways we
the
never
argument is we played the Panthers. I don't care. In the past, the Panthers would have torn us up.
Yeah.
Like Bryce Young would have lit up the stat sheet. He would have had his job for the next 10 years because of how well he did against the Chargers. That's what it would have been in the past.
Right.
I don't care who the opponent is.
And the Ravens game, like that might be a decent little football team. We're that much better in that first game.
Yeah.
So
How about the Raiders aren't that bad? They beat the Ravens, for goodness sake.
I don't feel good saying that because it kind of hurts my heart to say that they're not that bad, but
we're better.
We're still better.
Yeah.
Even we're still realer.
Make me feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, there's a nifty little graph chart here that Kevin threw in as well. How often do NFL defenses allow conversions to a new series of downs? There's a lot of percentages here, but at the top,
crazy.
At the top is the Chargers with like the least amount of
47% chance. Yeah, and 47% total is the amount that they allow first down conversions on everything.
On any front, whether it's first, second, third, doesn't matter.
There's
47% of the time that it does not happen, period.
You don't get anything done on second down. So for whatever reason, second down, we dominate, and third down also dominate, and you can't get it on fourth down. So I want to see more of this. Hopefully we can play a team that, built more like us, like big. Yeah. They're playing 3 tight ends in some of their formations. They're running the ball. Let's see what happens. I'm excited.
Yeah. This is we show up, stats are the same, just who's going to execute better. That's really what the Steelers game feels like.
We have a better quarterback, so we'll see how that goes.
Way better quarterback.
Way better quarterback.
And we, in fact, have a better running back as well, because the rushing leaders after week 2, sitting at the top, king of the castle, J.K. Dobbins with 266 right now.
With like half the amount of rushes that all these other guys on this list have.
Yeah.
He's averaging 9 yards per carry.
Yeah, that's insanity. It's a first down. It's like 9.6. He's a first down every time he touches the ball.
It's insane.
And it's been so fun this whole week. My sons are both like, hey, Dad, because they're still, JK's a new guy. He's only played 2 games that they really watched. He's like, Dad, what's that guy's name that did a front flip into the end zone again? I'm like, that's J.K. Dobbins' son. He's
good question.
Son.
That's J.K. Dobbins. Next question. That's fantastic to see, not just as a Charger fan, but as a fan of the guy himself, the guy who's been struggling with injuries his entire start of his career. Guy's only 25 years old, as everybody has been reminding me on Twitter.
Sign the man.
The guy is only
22 games.
Early to talk.
2 games,
3-year deal.
Early?
Yeah, 5-year deal. What are we? 3? Come on, 5.
Utah, give him 5.
It's fantastic to see. And speaking of deals, apparently there are 9 quarterbacks making over $50 million right now this season. Their record is a combined 7 for 11 so far, but there is only one quarterback that is making over $50 million a year, and he's 2-0 right now, and his name is Justin goddamn Herbert.
And he's not doing what we usually see Justin Herbert do. He's
playing mean.
It's weird. I'm seeing people like the weird fans out there like, this just doesn't feel the same. Justin's not the same. Like,
we're winning. That's what
football
doesn't feel the
games.
same.
Yeah.
Who cares that he's not getting 400 yards, 350 yards a game? Right. I don't care.
Yes.
No, because in the games when he has to, he's going to show up. And the other thing that this does is he's healthy in the playoffs.
Right.
Like when you're not dropping back 35 times a game and getting hit, you're healthy when week 19, week 20, it's a whole different ballgame. That's what Patrick Mahomes has had the luxury of his entire career, which we'll see now that Isaiah Pacheco's down for 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
But with a run game, like, if he doesn't have to drop back and have pressure in his face and just constantly getting hit, the man's going to be that much healthier. And in the games when he needs to step up and throw the ball, which I think the Steelers game is going to be that one where the game plan that they're putting in place right now definitely has more throwing. Like there's more pass plays involved. They're going to get after it earlier in the like first down, throwing the ball. I really believe that. And it's not as if we can't go toe to toe with them in the trenches. I just think it makes more sense. But that's when he's going to shine. And that's when he's going to be that $50 million quarterback.
Yeah. We are not playing, hero ball. We are playing efficient football. We are playing football that you have the leading rusher on your team right now. You don't need somebody that's throwing for that many yards, dude. Like this guy, J.K. Dobbins, like you said, he's almost getting a first down every time he touches the ball.
Yeah.
For his average. And that is... Why would you want a quarterback that's going to huck it down the field when you've got a guy that's going to eat up time? Because we had like almost an entire quarter time of possession this last game against the Panthers because you got somebody like J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards coming in to do the 1-2 punch and just put it away. So Herbert is playing efficient. Like his percentage, I have to imagine, is up there near the top right now as far as like completions versus attempts because he's just playing that efficiently right now.
Well, and us being out on the field makes the defense fresh, and that's why they're the best defense in the league. It's a factor in why that they're playing so well.
It's the circle of life. And it moves. Okay. Looking at other tweets, the NFL on CBS talking about Scott Matlock, BSU favorite on this team. 45 offensive snaps, 23 defensive snaps, 29 special team snaps. He is built different. The only player this season to play both 5+ offensive and defensive snaps.
Dude, 45 offensive snaps?
It's a lot.
What? Wait, that's got to be
playing a lot.
Last week. It has to be the season.
That's the season.
It's the season.
Games.
Yeah, two games worth. He didn't play. Yeah, we didn't have 29 special team snaps.
Still 22 and a
I
half.
kept seeing the stat, and I was like, I swear to God, I kept saying last week, and I was like, that's not true. But that's
still, it's still a lot.
That's a lot. 45
He's playing 45 snaps
on offense. Yeah, that's huge. That's half of the plays.
Yeah. Well, in total, if you add it all up, he's playing over 45 snaps a game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah, to play both sides of the ball like that efficiently. Yeah.
That's like small school, high school stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the NFL. Like, do you think this is going to lead other teams to go like, hey, maybe the Chargers are us?
Well, they don't have
Scott Matlock is just too different.
You think they all have a Scott Matlock on their team? I don't know.
No.
That guy's just not just standing on the bus at the bus stop.
Right.
He's one of a kind.
Looking over at one of our brothers from another podcast, Tyler Schoon, tweeting out, Joe Alt just handed Jadeveon Clowney the worst game grade, 30.5 of his 11-year NFL career. Worst game of his career. Joe Alt just done did.
So he's got another interesting matchup this week. He's got a Watt. He's got a Watt brother.
He's got a Watt on his plate.
Who was playing at the level. Yeah, he's got a Watt brother playing at the level of Max Crosby, maybe even better so far this season. And it's another test and another exciting test, I hope. Finishes with an A.
Oh, yeah. He's going to pass.
If they go, screw this, put TJ on Rashawn. Like, we can't.
He's like giving up.
This is useless.
Yeah. His arms are too long.
He's too tall. His arms are too long.
By him.
I don't want to play anymore. He just gets frustrated.
So frustrating.
Just having a tantrum on the sideline.
So frustrated.
All right. Well, looking at this upcoming game against the Steelers, as Kyle mentioned, we got an earlier game against the Steelers, and we have none other than Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
Got the Romo.
To give it to us one more time, baby. Twice, 2 for 3 so far. I know not everybody loves the Tonester, but
I like Tony Romo's awesome.
He was a big Raider lover in week 1.
Well, maybe he's changed his tone. Maybe he's had a little sit down, hopefully.
Yeah, turd.
And then NFL.com sharing their game preview picks for who they think is going to win and leaning pretty heavily towards the Steelers, not going to lie.
It is what it is. It's fine. Go ahead.
But these are still very close scores. It's going to be a low scoring game. Like, we have to know that that's what's going to happen.
The people
some dumb put 13-5. Like,
yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
We're going to get a safety?
How are you in your right mind going to predict 13-5?
You roll
9
the
to 8. 5. What's this 9 to 8 business? How many safeties do they think that we're going to get in this game?
I don't know. These people are insane.
They're taking crazy pills.
These are they get paid to put these projections out there.
These numbers
for me, it's interesting because these people with some of these picks, like them having 2 touchdowns, you're going to have double the touchdowns you have this season on one of the better defenses that you're going to face so far.
16-9, like 12-9. What? These scores are ridiculous. I've never seen any of these scores in real life before.
No,
98. That's a baseball score.
Well, I still have my bold prediction to make, so maybe I can get crazier.
get crazy.
We did better.
And then looking at the injury report, not the best, especially going up against this Pittsburgh team. We know it's going to be a very physical game for these guys, but hey, seeing Joey Bosa getting his limited practices in, seeing him play last week in general was a great sign.
He played amazing.
Mother loving mind out. Junior Colson showing up with a hamstring injury, hasn't practiced Wednesday or Thursday. Not good. Bud Dupree with an illness of some kind. Don't know what. Right. Not practicing, but hey,
allergies.
Yeah, hopefully it's that Carolina allergy.
He's not used to the allergies over there.
Yeah, I had some sniffles down there. It's a little different.
Alohi Gilman with his knee injury, getting some limited practices in. Good to see. Good to see. Justin Herbert being officially listed as an ankle injury after getting rolled up on this last game. Didn't practice Wednesday, but getting a limited practice in on Thursday.
Oh, he's playing.
It's a good sign. It's 100%.
He's playing.
Yeah.
Shut up. Get out of here.
Hayden Hurst with an ankle injury as well, getting 2 limited practices in. Khalil Mack showing up because he's the bet on the team. He gets a rest day. So he's limited on Wednesday, but getting a full practice in. Palmer with both an elbow and a calf injury has not practiced Wednesday or Thursday.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes.
Yeah, he's got it everywhere. And Jasir Taylor still with that fibula injury. Didn't practice Wednesday, got a limited on Thursday. So
fibula.
Cracking bones.
Yeah, his bone was not feeling great. But hey, seeing Herbert get the limited practice in, because boy, hair was on fire seeing Wednesday that he did not practice, and that was just like, calm down, everybody. Just we got Ben Herbert working with him, taping up that ankle and working with him, so it's fine. It's fine. And then looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers side, Najee Harris. A lot of rest days. Najee Harris, Cam Hayward.
Tossing out rest like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, you get a rest. You get a rest. But Michael Pruitt, knee injury, hasn't practiced. Guard Isaac Sumalo, pectoral injury, hasn't practiced. Wide receiver Roman Wilson, our coach's old wide receiver, has not practiced or got a limited and then full with his ankle injury. And then Russell Wilson, still limited with his calf injury.
I think they announced that he's not playing this game. I think it's still Fields.
Yeah.
Fields.
It'd be bizarre to be 2-0 and make a switch, even if he was healthy.
Like, true.
Well, they're not exactly scoring any touchdowns. So I think you could still make a switch and be okay about it.
You could make a case for it.
Yeah.
Listen, my client here, he's not scoring.
Yeah. Exhibit, not touchdown.
Looking at some quotes, starting off with Jesse Minter on the defense, saying, very excited. The guys are preparing really well, trusting each other, playing team defense, and at the same time, gaining confidence. When you have success, you gain confidence. This is a week-to-week league. I told them there's greater challenges ahead, starting with this game. It's a challenge we look forward to, but certainly happy and pleased with where we are at through 2 games.
Jesse Minter, please. I hope they got him on like a 2 or 3 year deal.
Yeah,
don't let him go anywhere, because it feels so different and it's so exciting, and I have so much confidence. And I thank you, Minter. Thank you.
If you're Jesse Minter, do you want to jump into head coaching right away? Like,
I hope
you
not.
Just see Brandon Staley kind of, like you got a good thing under Coach Harbaugh. A legend as a coach, like you're winning games, you live in LA. I feel like it's a recipe to be around for a little while at least.
I hope so. That was my biggest concern when I saw how we were performing in the preseason games, the defense. I was just like, God, I hope he's locked down for at least a couple of years. I'd hate to see a success for 1 year and then all of a sudden.
But Harbaugh would encourage him to go if he got.
Of course, no, Harbaugh wouldn't hold him on a leash, but I hope, and I hope and pray.
He will. I'm speaking it out there.
And then Harbaugh on preparing in Charlotte, North Carolina, says it's been about as close as you can get. The staff has done an amazing job. Video, everything, equipment. It feels like we're at the Bolt. What it's felt like the last 3 days is just being hunkered down right here and over at UNC Charlotte. We're very much appreciative of them letting us use their facilities. And the Chargers are practicing at UNC Charlotte, which is about a 20-minute bus ride from the team hotel.
Dude, bus ride, even more bonding.
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
It's the best time to bond is on a bus.
Yeah, I spy with my
who do you
little
think's sitting
eye.
front row? Who's at the front of the bus? The special teamers?
Matlock. Because he has to like talk to all the coaches because
hopefully
he's on every team on this team.
How does that work with team meetings? Where the hell does that guy go?
Where's Matlock?
He's supposed to be here.
Damn it, Matlock.
He runs. He's our coach.
He's Matlock. Where'd you go, Coach? Where'd you go?
And we're back. Hey,
hi, Kai. Where are you? What's happening?
You got green.
What
I
happened?
live out in the middle of nowhere, and I left my computer charger at work, and so I had about a 50% battery, and it's gone. Sayonara, sweet prince. So we're doing this on the mobile device. Hopefully, I got computer charge.
Hopefully, your phone's got a better charge than your.
So you're saying you have a charger podcast, but you don't have a charger.
I was kind of hoping that the power that we create in this podcast was going to be sufficient for my computer.
Like
Over
a
the
Tesla
edge.
coil. Yeah.
It didn't work.
Juiced up.
All right.
So apologies. It's my fault for the sound. It is not our sound engineer, Adam's fault. It's all me. I take this one on the chest.
Sometimes we just got to work with what we get. Moving on. Another quote we got here. Hayden Hurst on staying on the East Coast to prepare, saying it's definitely different. I've never done 2 weeks in one place for a road trip, but you definitely get to focus on football. And I think that's what Harbs wanted us to do. Just be totally engulfed in football. And we have been.
Nice.
Harbs.
He's got a nickname now.
Yeah, he's Harbs.
Yeah, that's Harbs over there. Hey, Harbs.
Hey, Harbs.
Love you, Harbs.
Love you. Watching my Harb intake. Bosa on staying on the East Coast to prepare, saying just trying to get the most out of it. The hours off our body flying wise, just trying to enjoy the time. It's been nice. They've been taking care of us. Food is good. Everything's good. They're doing everything they can to make it the best stay possible. It'll be over in a couple of days and we'll be back home. It's been enjoyable.
You think Wolfgang came out there with them?
Oh yeah, we need to make some pizzas. Let's do this, brother.
I love Charlotte.
I love
Joey.
the Charlotte. Joey, you like the extra pepperoni, don't
Joey, you want some za?
Well, speaking of za, folks, we got to talk about our show sponsor this week, Online Fitness Training Camp, presented by Chris Gates Fitness. Training Camp is an online fitness community designed specifically for sports fans to help you get results with your health and fitness without cutting out everything you love, like drinking beer and tailgating for college football games in the fall. Or if you're in Charlotte and you need some frickin' pizza and you're calling Wolfgang Puck saying, Puck, my guy, Puckster.
Don't
Give me
puck
some
around.
pizza.
I need some
Don't
za.
puck around with this. In Training Camp, you'll get all the support you need to build muscle, burn fat, and stay consistent with your workouts. And at the same time, you'll instantly join a community of like-minded people doing the same thing. With Chris as your coach, you'll get top-notch guidance in addition to being a massive football fan. Chris has been coaching people online since 2018, and his clients consistently get results by implementing a flexible approach to diet and exercise. So if you're interested in, getting brand new workout programs every month so you can achieve your health and fitness goals, fitness challenges every month to help push you to develop healthy habits, challenges with the Training Camp community like weekly football pick'em, where you get to compete with other members and score awesome prizes, access to live Q&As where you can get direct personalized support from Chris with your health and fitness, and the support of a community of people there to encourage you every step of the way. Come on. You got to visit chrisgatesfitness.com/ChargerChat or click the link in the description to learn more and sign up today. Use the code ChargerChat and get your first month for only $10. Come on. Chris Gates, folks. And then, folks, we got to talk about our other sponsor this week, Underdog Fantasy. It's the greatest time of year again. Football is back, and it's here to stay till February. Over 1 million fans across 33 states got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats like touchdowns, passing yards, and more. We made some picks, and
Kyle, how are we doing?
Are we doing okay? Not so good. I don't
Not
like
so
that.
good.
No.
Not so good. Luckily, our picks are low dollar amounts, which is good.
That's good.
But yeah,
like fantasy lets you do that.
Yeah, the Patriots were not kind to us tonight.
Yeah, their stats did not line up with our picks.
Yeah, boy, they suck. Hunter Henry and Jacoby Brissett just really. But I will say, Mike Williams came through clutch for us tonight.
Let's go,
that boy
clutch.
hit his numbers.
Let's go, Mike.
So yeah, it's fun being able to pick on like stats and not the entire game, and being able to pick and choose kind of where you want the player, the matchups that you like, and that kind of stuff.
And you can throw baseball and Manny Machado into
mix them up.
Our picks.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I tossed Manny into the first one that we ran, and it was
I'm sure
Manny
he's
hit.
Successful.
The others didn't. Yeah,
Of course he did. There was never any question. Well, making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with the promo code CCHAT, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code CCHAT to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 or over 21 for Massachusetts and Arizona, over 19 for Alabama and New England, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783. Or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369. And while you're making some of those picks, folks, you can head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/ChargerChat. Check out all the fun, silly videos we got over there. Hey, it's Friday, so that means we are posting something today.
Something's coming.
The mini doc from our Carolina trip is going to be up. So if you want to check it out, you got to go to patreon.com/ChargerChat. And if you don't want to go over there, it's totally fine. You can go on over to our regular website, chargerchat.com. Check out all the cool stuff we got over there, like t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers. You can chat it up with other Charger Chatteteers in the members section and ask questions and ask both fans. So go check out chargerchat.com. All right, folks, it's time to go on to the next segment. You know him, you live him. It's the Craig Experience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come on in, man. Kick your feet up.
Oh.
Craig Experience.
Hello there.
Make yourself at home. Got some stuff to talk about, right? Moving on.
Being undefeated is one thing, but it's the way that this team's gone about it that is so impressive to me. You guys out there who've been rocking with me for a bit know that at my core, I am the most barbaric when it comes to the game of football, and I love it in its purest form, which is, for me, strong running game, great defense. Of course, you want to pass the ball, but we ain't really trying to air it out 40 plus times a game if we don't have to. We want to pound the other team into submission and take their will. And the Chargers have literally been in victory formation for the first 2 weeks of the season. When's the last time you can say that? Probably has not happened since the Schottenheimer era. But, you know, I'm 41 years old right now, so my brain doesn't hold on to memories the way that it used to. So I couldn't tell you exactly when it was, but go do your Googles and figure it out for yourself. Anyway, you want to know how else I know we're in the full throes of football season? The feckless trolls have started to raid my Twitter mentions, X or whatever you want to call it. And y'all know me as, I'm not going to call myself a troll, but I do respect them. And I troll every once in a while, but someone who is super petty. There's nothing more entertaining because you can't get under my skin. And especially if you don't know the game of football really well, I'll probably make an example out of you. But it's just this thing. I kind of got to grow up. I know, I understand. I got kids and everything, whole family, but I'm still a kid at heart. You know, just is what it is. But anyway, CC Gang, the biggest of salutes. And to the rest of the boat fam, what is going on? She got Craig in Texas. And welcome to this week 3 edition of the TCE. Let's get into it. Isn't much to say about that week 2 matchup that hasn't already been said time and time over, but I will let you in on this. That whole thing about playing down to the level of competition, you really don't have to worry about that with the Jim Harbaugh-led team. He ain't standing for any of that nonsense. But again, since you guys have probably heard all the breakdowns there are, let's not delve too deeply into it. I want to talk a little bit about the Steelers matchup, which I believe will be the Chargers' biggest test and kind of like, the measuring stick of where this team is to this point. But I do want to say that there's some really interesting things that have taken away from that game against the Panthers. First and foremost, the J.K. Dobbins revenge tour is heating up. Dude is the first Chargers running back to rush for over 130 yards in consecutive games since the great LaDainian Tomlinson, who holds a special place in my heart because he is one of my top 3 favorite running backs of all time and the reason I am a Chargers fan in the first place. So JK, just keep it going, my man. It's nice to see this train rolling, and I don't foresee it stopping anytime soon as long as he can stay healthy. So let's just keep pushing. Then there's Quentin Johnston, who's showing some tangible growth. Sorry. And it's kind of an extension of what I talked about in this offseason from what I saw from him in camp. Let's talk about the touchdown pass, the first one, the one on the go ball. The adjustment he made on that grab was pretty significant. When you talk about what his strengths and weaknesses have been, he had already beaten JC Horn to the outside, stacked him and everything, and then he had to angle adjust himself back to the inside to make that reception, which wasn't the greatest pass, but also something's been on my mind about that just a little bit. Where is he weakest in his ability to catch the ball? Tracking over his shoulder, right? So there's a part of me that feel like Herbo might have put that ball out in front of him to give him a better chance to make the catch, even though that means you got to do the other thing that he isn't known for, and that's being a contested catch guy. But Herbert put it out just enough to where he could go get it and out of reach of JC Horn. Either way, fantastic play. Loved what I saw from him. Had another touchdown later in the game on some busted coverage situation. Look, if Quentin can keep this up, he's going to quiet a lot of the doubters. I, for one, will speak for myself. I've always felt like I've been very fair in my critiques of Quentin Johnston. When he deserves praise, I give it to him. When I feel like I need to be critical of him, I do. And it's been that way since TCU, when I was doing all the scouting and everything and looking into him as a player. And once the Chargers drafted him, it wasn't my favorite draft pick. Most of us, well, a lot of us didn't exactly love it. But what you're seeing here is what matters. It's the growth overall. And I really and truly feel like you can attribute it to not only just the hard work he's putting in, but the coaching staff. All of that stuff matters, man. It's the difference between college and professional sports. In college, you can probably win on talent more often than not, but there's more nuance in professional football, and coaching absolutely matters. Speaking of Justin Herbert, by the way, I mentioned him. He was a little uneven. Yeah, he had the 2 touchdowns, but he also had 2 turnovers, and it feels a little bit to me like he's trying to do too much because he's given less opportunities. The guy's so accustomed to playing hero ball, he sort of has to change his way of thinking and understanding that he no longer has to go out there and look to make a huge play every time he drops back. But again, you kind of got to get rewired, and I know Harbaugh and company are going to work that with him so that he feels a lot more comfortable. But for the time being, man, look, it's okay. If a play isn't developing the way that you need to, then hey, get out of there, get the ball out of bounds and out of harm's way. But most importantly, keep yourself safe, because on that fumble, he did actually bang himself up, has a bit of an ankle situation. So we'll see how that affects him going into this game, because you want Herbert as healthy as possible every week, but especially in games like this where he may have to move around a little bit. So we shall see. But moving on to the defensive side, Jesse Minter is the genius Brandon Staley cosplayed as. Let's be honest. I mean, the defense is humming right now at all 3 levels. Things that used to be just a weekly issue for the Chargers have seemed to have been shored up in one offseason and one significant coaching change. I'm trying to be nice here. Every time I talk about the Chargers defense, I want to throw a shot at Brandon Staley, but I'm going to stop doing that, at least out loud. I'll just keep those thoughts in my head. The intrusive thoughts have been winning in 2024. I got to do better about those. But also, to talk a little bit more about the defense, specifically another player, I told y'all Elijah Molden was going to be an unsung acquisition, but continue to keep an eye out for the playmaking ability. One of the things that stood out about him at Washington that I know that I've already spoken on is the fact that he's an extremely instinctual player between the numbers. So as long as he's playing safety, or really kind of what he did at Washington as a safety corner hybrid, and he can work between the numbers, he's almost always around the ball. And he's a smaller but really scrappy guy. You saw him lay like a really solid tackle on Panthers receiver there later in the game, and it was legal. The kid doesn't mind getting down and dirty, whether it's in the run game or just in regulatory pursuit. After a guy makes a reception, he's going to get the job done more often than not. And that probably won't be his only pick of the year, just saying. But now you think about Alohi coming back and being able to incorporate both he and Molden into the defense alongside Derwin. And now you have like that three-headed safety monster that the Baltimore Ravens used to like to deploy, or still do. Well, I don't know about now because Mike McDonald is gone and the defense seems to have gone to crap, but that's their problem now, not ours. So that's kind of all I'm going to talk about with regard to the week 2 game. Again, you guys have heard it all from, the top to the bottom. So this Steelers matchup, though, it will not be one for the faint of heart. If finesse is your thing, this won't be the game for you. I can almost guarantee it. This is going to be like a Hell in a Cell match, maybe tables, ladders, and chairs. If you're into wrestling, the players are going to feel the effects of this one well into next week. Believe me, there's going to be some hot tub, sauna, cryo chamber situations. They'll probably be necessary. And you know what I also realized? I find it interesting that the NFL would give us the Chiefs after this particular game. Now, I'm not going to go into my tinfoil hat talk right now. I'll move along, but it's something that, I think we should pay attention to. Really, really interesting. But as far as like some of my concerns about this matchup against the Steelers, my primary question is the same that I've posed since maybe this offseason. What will this offense do once they match up against the defense willing to stack 8 in the box and be physical against their receivers? Who's going to step up? Because, as well as the O-line has performed to this point, that Steelers front is going to put them to the test. And a less than 100% Justin Herbert can't be allowed to become a sitting duck, no pun intended, to be teed off on. And we get to see what the law firm of Roman, Brady, and Trestman cook up to keep 10 upright and in one piece. The receivers are going to have to play, of course, their best game of the year to this point. I mean, I would love to see a little bit more Ladd McConkey getting involved, more development from QJ, more physical play from him on the outside. We'll see what's going on with Josh Palmer. I know he's been dealing with a few things, but it's going to have to be a collective effort. But I do absolutely want to see one person kind of raise their hand and say, hey, I'll be the guy this week. I'm not placing any bets on anybody because I don't know, man. It's just random. I think it's going to be a week-to-week thing. There will be no true number one. I'm sure by year's end, someone will have stood out amongst the rest, but it's just going to be a team effort in the wide receiving core. And I'm perfectly fine with that because teams won't know what to expect from week to week. But I will say this, if we think we're marching into the Steelers stadium and just cramming the ball down their throat for 4 straight quarters, I don't think that's realistic. So hopefully the passing game shows a little bit more this week and we can stay ahead of the chains and not find ourselves in many 3rd and long situations because, as phenomenal as Joe Alt has been playing, I don't think that I want him having to match up against TJ Watt in 3rd and longs. I just don't. It's not that I don't think he'll win because, look, let's just be honest. If he goes out there and he shuts out TJ Watt, we might literally have the best right tackle in all of football already. And we found that out in 3 weeks' time. And I'd be perfectly fine with it. But I think the game plan ought to be to kind of run at Watt, maybe wear him down a bit. And again, try to stay ahead of the sticks and down in distance. This is already a team that kind of lives in 3rd and manageable to 3rd and short situations. And like I said before, you don't have 100% Justin Herbert. So you want to keep him out of those obvious passing situations where the dogs can go hunt after him. On defense, you got to keep Justin Fields in the pocket. And really and truly, one of the things that I want to keep an eye on, and I know the Chargers will probably have game plan for, is his legs, especially on third down. Nothing is more backbreaking than holding a team to third down, and especially on third and long, getting in a situation where you feel like you're going to get off of the field, something like third 10 plus, and you got all the wide receivers locked down, and he escapes the pocket and he runs for a first down. We all know that feeling as Chargers fans. It's always the worst. And Fields is still a much better runner than he is a passer, so he's super dangerous. But they're going to have a game plan for him, and I'm sure Jesse Minter will bring one to the table, so I'm not overly worried about it. Really and truly, they're going to get a heavy dose of their own medicine in the run game because the Steelers lead the league in rushing attempts. Now, their yardage isn't top 10, but they're clearly committed to doing it. This really boils down to two things for me. Can you force Justin Fields to have to throw it more than 25 plus times? And then also, can you sustain through the gut punches the run game for 4 quarters? If you can't, those are going to be the telltales in the game. It's going to be a lot of field position stuff. You'll more than likely see more punting than what you have recently in the first few weeks from both squads. But look, just get ready for a knockdown, drag out battle because it'll probably be low scoring and it's survival of the fittest ultimately. Again, I'm a psycho, so I love this type of football. It ain't for everybody, though, but it is what it is. Folks, I appreciate y'all. That is it for me. You know who it is, Mr. TOP_FLYT3 over on Twitter. Also, Mr. Bull Ganger Do Not Bang, of course. And you can catch me on the Lightning Round podcast as a co-host. And we will be doing our after hours show live after the game. So tap in with us over there. But until next time, CC Bros, I love and appreciate you as always. Hope you enjoy this one. Get ready, buckle up. It'll be fun one way or the other. So see y'all later. Okay. Love you. Bye.
What's the Hell in the Cell match, brother? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's gonna get rough. It's gonna get dirty. The cream of the crop is coming to rise into the top. You better get the cryo chamber ready, because we're gonna need to cool down. We're gonna get hot, and then we're gonna get cold again. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, folks. It is gonna be Craig. That was all great points, dude.
And I love you too. And
yeah, we love you.
Yeah, we love you too.
Much love from the Charger Chat group. Dude, just all great points. And yeah, dude, that I'm loving. If you are not following Craig on X or Twitter, he has been getting into some shit.
I almost feel like I need to pay for it. You know what I mean? Because I have notifications on for him, and I like wake up and I'm like, oh, who is he fighting with this morning? Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah,
you know, it's my favorite.
He does not pull punches, so highly recommend.
Top_FLYT3.
That's
just
right.
want to say it again.
Just got to get it back out there. And yeah, if I fully trust that Minter's got a game plan for this team. I mean,
yeah,
there's confidence there as a fan to know that like you are in good hands. That's all State's plan. You're in good hands. Like that's Harb's plan. We're in good plan.
We're in good plan.
Wait, take 2. All right. Sorry. But Craig, thank you again for another awesome Craig experience. Really appreciate it. But that means, folks, it's time to wrap this puppy up and give out some bolt predictions. Who's going first?
Kevin.
Who's going
Adam?
first?
No, you know what? It's week
Adam.
3. I think it's Adam's turn.
We'll go counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise.
So you're number 3.
Kevin went first, then
I
me,
went
then
first.
you.
Then, yeah.
Okay. All right. Bolt prediction. I'm going to say, I believe in the low scoring game. I'm going to say Chargers are going to win 17 to 10 feels like just the easiest low scoring kind of game. And I'm going to say that Dobbins finds a way to rush for over 100 yards and get another touchdown, dude. I think he's staying consistent, and we're going to just keep seeing that. We're going to see him eat.
Delicious.
Yards taste good. All right. Counterclockwise, Kevin. What do we got?
A similar low-scoring game. It's going to be a battle. I got the Chargers winning 19-9. They're not going to score a touchdown. Yeah, 19. One touchdown, bunch of field goals.
They've only scored one touchdown these first 2 games. I think Kevin's onto something.
Yeah.
It's just a weird score. 19 is a weird score.
Yeah, one field goal for one touchdown for us and a bunch of field goals. They're only going to get 3 field goals. And I think Mr. Watt does not beat Joe Alt this game. Joe Alt,
no pressures?
No, he's not going to get. He might get a pressure. He's not getting past him.
Okay.
Joe Alt's going to have a great game against this kid.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Basic. I'm trying to hit this. I'm feeling like this is going to be a good one. If I do too many parlays, it's going to fall apart. So I'm just going to keep it simple, short and sweet.
I like it.
I like that. That's good.
All right. Take us home, Kyle.
All right. I'm going 17. Also a weird score. I'm going 17-9. No touchdowns allowed for the Chargers. 17-9, 8 points. Nice, comfortable win. I'm going to predict a victory formation for 3 weeks in a row.
In the third quarter.
Our defense is so good. We're just going to start taking a knee.
Just trying to run out the clock here, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm in.
That's funny. All right. There you go, folks. Bolt predictions in the books. That is going to do it for this episode of Charger Chat. Any final thoughts there, gentlemen?
Yeah, simple one. I challenge any of you to take Kyle's image with the green screen and put the coolest thing behind him and send it to me.
Oh, God. Keep it appropriate, pals.
Or don't. Send it. Send it over.
All right. There you go.
I deserve it.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
We're going to get a couple, and I'm excited to see what this is.
Yeah, bring it on. That's going to do it for Charger Chat, folks. Don't forget to bolt up because we're ready for any squad, any place.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.